I 100% recommend this book to anyone that hasn't read it. Please read it. You'll thank me later. So you make a mistake and suddenly you feel as if you can't do anything right. You have a conversation with a friend that went awkward and then assume that they hate you and will want nothing to do with you. I'm gonna hold your hand when I say this, but that's not clarity, that's overthinking. And what you're not realizing is that it's sucking up all of your energy throughout the day or even leaving you drained before the day even begins. So in order for you to stop overthinking, you need to understand what is actually happening inside of your brain in order for you to stop it. Overthinking isn't just thinking a lot. It's when your mind gets stuck in a loop, starts replaying, starts analyzing, predicting, and questioning without actually solving anything. And there's a word for this. Psychologists call this rumination. What your brain is actually doing is it's trying to protect you by figuring everything out, even if you don't have all the information. But it traps you in the same thoughts over and over again. Think about the last time you spent thinking versus how much time you spent doing. Notice how you thought so much for long periods of time, but did so little. You're not moving forward, you're looping, and this causes you to spiral. Here's exactly why you get stuck. When you think of a thought, instead of it standing alone, it branches out. It turns into a spiral like, what if I said something wrong? They probably think I'm weird. I always do this. Something must be wrong with me. Now, you're no longer thinking about what happened, which is simplistic, but you overcomplicate it. You're building a story, one that feels real, which influences your current reality, even if it's not true. But here's the thing, overthinking does not clarify reality. You are distorting your reality. So think about it. If overthinking really helped, you'd probably be a successful millionaire or whatever it is that you want to do right now. But overthinking doesn't actually contribute anything to your goals. It actually holds you back. Your brain isn't actually trying to be your enemy, nor is it trying to hurt you. It's trying to predict the future, avoid embarrassment or pain, or solve problems before they happen. At some point in your life, your brain learned that overthinking helped you survive. But now, it's an outdated system that you have to rewire. You believe every single thought inside of your head because your brain is treating thoughts like facts. Just because a thought appears in your head doesn't mean that it's true, and it definitely doesn't mean that it's useful. This is where you have to put in the work to rewire your brain. You are not your thoughts. You are simply the one observing them. Think of your mind like a passing highway. Thoughts are just cars passing by. Some are helpful, some are nonsense, and some are just noise. But overthinking happens when you chase every car, jump into every vehicle, and let it take you wherever it wants. Not every thought deserves your attention, and definitely not your belief. I've learned over the years that if it's a thought that brings you down or makes you think less of yourself, dismiss it. You don't have to fight your thoughts or prove them wrong. Just let them pass. Notice the thought, name it if you want, which you can say, you know what? The reason why the thought is like that is because that's my anxiety talking. And then just don't engage. Don't try to figure it out Because if you stop engaging, you will stop reinforcing the cycle that is causing you to overthink. Here's what I recommend. List your achievements, your skills, anything that you did, big or small, that you should be proud of, and read it to yourself daily. You will start reprogramming your brain to stop overlooking positives. So that way you don't distort your reality by believing every single thought passing by. The more you practice this, the less power those thoughts have. Overthinking feeds on the attention that you give it. So the way out isn't to think harder, it's to step back. You can do things like focus in the present moment. Focus on something physical, maybe your surroundings. Take a walk. Take action. Focus on hobbies instead of analyzing endlessly. When you catch yourself thinking too much and looping, you can choose not to engage with the thoughts because you now know that clarity does not come from spinning in circles. It comes from stepping out of the loop. And the more you step out of the loop, the quieter your brain becomes because you realize that overthinking does not serve you. So here's the conclusion. Your mind will always produce thoughts. That's just what it does. But you get to decide which thoughts you listen to and which ones you let pass. Because the truth is that peace does not come from controlling your thoughts. It comes from choosing not to believe every single thought that you have. This takes time to rewire, but the more that you do it, the more that you stop engaging with your thoughts, the more that you will be at peace over the course of time. So I hope this video helped. Take action today by typing one thought in the comments down below that from now on you are absolutely refusing to believe. And I will see you in the next video.